tarot friends. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you got a notification. I don't see anyone in yet, but I'm just going to start babbling because um, I'm buried in treasures as always. And I finally started to put away my, what are they? My major favorites that I did, I don't know, a couple months ago with Chris. I finally started putting those back into the decks where they go. Um, Took longer than I expected, so I just came in here a little bit late, but I'm actually going to look and see if the notification is even sent because my phone is like a little bit behind my computer time. Oh no, now they're the same. Anyway, I'm just interested to know if I'm showing up because, I know I'm showing up, but I just mean I'm distracted by a Kelly Bear post. Sorry. Just wondering if my notification has gone out yet. That's what I was trying to look at. And then I see a Kelly Bear post with some charms that she has on limited edition. So anyway, Pamela, hello. Thanks for hanging out. You are not dreaming. I am really here. I didn't schedule this too far in advance. It was just like 40 minutes ago. I made the live stream spot. So I don't see a notification for it. But anyway, I've just been babbling for a minute, waiting for some friends to show up. And my phone is once again on like making noise because kids are both out of the house. And so I need to make sure I'm paying attention to that if anything happens. So yeah, I really, this week, my other free day was Tuesday, but I didn't take it off work. Like I said, I was going to take some of these days to myself actually off of work, but month end and the beginning of the month are really busy for me. And this one went a little longer because the first was Friday before the holiday weekend. And so, anyway, I had a lot of catch up to do on Tuesday, but today I'm in pretty good shape. So I'm probably just doing half a day's work today. And I'm feeling all kinds of craziness right now. So I figured hanging out here would help me get grounded a little bit. So I apologize now because today might be more haphazard than usual. And you're probably asking, how could that possibly be? Hi, Debbie. Thanks for hanging out with us. But yeah, as this schedule gets more cemented, then I will start scheduling a little bit more in advance so people know. But today I just really needed to pop on and hang out. I was just going to say something else and then I forgot. So I think we'll just do kind of a basic catch up today and maybe draw some cards. Is that crazy? Would you like to draw some cards? I even got my little charms out and I was trying to remember, like if I have a bigger bag of charms, I don't know. I'm very confused with all my trinkets right now because this room is such a mess. How many times have I said that? So I was kind of looking around. I was kind of looking around trying to organize some things. I came in the room a few minutes early, but as I said, it's, why is my hair crazy? It's an extra mess and I'm going to be extra rambly, but we're going to get grounded and maybe pull some cards is what I'm getting at. What else was I going to say? The scheduling. So like with my life. So Vela is currently at a sitter and we're going tomorrow night to check out a new sitter, which I feel bad because she's only been to this lady like 3 times. Today is her 3rd time there. And it's going really well. Everything's fine. But a place that I was really wanting, that I was waitlisted for, they got back to me on Tuesday of this week. Like they emailed me as I was taking her to the other place, like, hey, do you want to set up a tour, like interview? sometime this week I had a spot open up, and I knew this lady was maybe going to have spots open up as some of her kids like aged out and like went to preschool, some of her current kids that she's watching. But I just didn't know it was going to be like a couple weeks lag because some of the schools around here start before Labor Day, like Max did by 2 weeks, I think, or at least one, and some start after. And so I was just so like excited and like desperate to get some kind of schedule going that I went with this other lady, and she's a little further away. I don't know. It's like less money per day, but the drive is longer. And so we're trying to figure out right now. This does have to do with the tarot. I'm getting there. Cards anyway. Um Basically there's just a lot of ups and downs right now, and I'm trying to figure out like the best thing to do. I really want her to go to this new place. It's a little bit more money, but it's closer, and the new person would cover like breakfast, lunch, and two snacks. And so it's like that adds up, and like the time that I don't have to like pack Vela's little lunch, which is super cute and I love doing, but I mean, there will be other opportunities like when we go somewhere on the weekends or whatever for me to pack her cute little food. But I don't know. There's just a lot of life going on right now. I'm trying to figure things out, trying to figure out if I can um like afford a little more to have her be a little bit closer and have some of those other things covered. And so then that's making me like relook at all like my finance stuff. So I made some calls this morning. Do I want to get a new vehicle, try to get a lower payment, interest rates, blah blah blah, like this whole thing. It's just everything's good, but there's just a lot of like tweaking that I'm trying to do. I'm like really wanting to get things just like streamlined, and I'm like saving up a little bit on the side so I can try to like pay off like the smallest card, which I had everything paid off like the month before Vela was born, but then we had all this crazy stuff happening and that cost a lot of money. And so then like the cards were just like maxed again, everything just a spiral of whatever. So I'm trying, like, in the wake of all that, um, I'm trying to just kind of like clean some things up and get organized, but that makes me feel like a little um, just like off kilter. Do you know what I mean? Does anyone else have this kind of phase of life going on right now where things are just a little unstable? Like, I don't know if that's maybe too deep a word, but I just want to get organized in all areas and set in some structure. And that's happening again with like Max going to school, Bailey going to the sitter, but now it's like shaking out all the details of that. Um, yeah. Anyway, Alex is here. My service sucks, so the video is buffering on my end, and I'm about 3 minutes behind live. Well, I am sorry about that. I know it's annoying. Thank you for being here. So yeah, I'm just kind of rambling about life. Want to check in with you all, see how you're doing, see if you have any of this sort of, up in the air kind of things going on like I do, or if this is just my phase right now. Maria's here. Hello. Thanks for hanging out. So nice to see you. Let me flash everyone up here on the board real quick. So yeah, and then it's interesting because while I'm trying to figure out all these like financial things and the kids' schedules, the time that I have on the 2 days that Vela is out of the house, it's like, okay, well, I'm supposed to be, combing through a bunch of stuff upstairs, taking clothes to consignment, getting things ready for donation. That's like a tax write off. So it's like there are these things I'm doing to kind of help like boost the financial situation a little bit and pay off those things I was talking about. But it's like when I'm in this headspace, like I don't want to do anything. Here's the problem. Here's the executive function problem, because I just want to, like, I did take some action this morning. I made a couple calls, was like texting Ryan about like new vehicle, possibly like trading in what I have, selling, not trading in, I'm going to use my words, selling my current vehicle, getting into a new loan, like maybe with my credit union. Because right now my vehicle loan is through his credit union and we're kind of phasing out of there because we haven't been as pleased with them lately. And maybe could my credit union get me a little bit better rate? And it's like all these little shifts to try to make like a bigger impact and again pay off the stuff from like our whole issue that we had last year, which I'm being vague about. Some of you know, some of you don't. It's fine. I feel the love and support, even if you don't know the details. And anyway, my point is, I'm hoping that some cards today can help me and help us. And so I'm thinking about showing a couple things that I've had, but I haven't opened yet. And then maybe pulling some cards. Like if any of you want some direction on things, and maybe I can kind of work out my situation with your help. So that's my idea for today, just kind of working through some issues. Mel, hello, thank you for being here. Maria says, I know that too, need to do stuff, but can't bring myself to do it. Right. And it's like, I'm not even stressed right now, okay? Like everything's fine. Bills are getting paid. It's not that. It's just that we were in this like awesome situation financially, and now it's like there like this bomb went off and we had no choice but to do everything we could. Super serious situation. And so now it's like the fallout of that, we just feel kind of like, we just did all this. We just fixed all this. We've paid all this off. And so now it's like trying to shift things around to fix that problem and get us back to that awesome space. But in the meantime, I don't want to do the little things that I need to do to get myself back to that place. It's okay. It's okay. Yes, Maria is talking about, Debbie said it's tough to play catch up. It really is. It's like, even if it's not like a super dire situation, just the energy that it takes, you know. I don't know if you all remember, like when I was pregnant with Bela, like early on, it would have been like June 2021. I was like, oh, I made extra payments on this and that. You know, I was like doing that whole extra payment thing. Then we refied, paid all this stuff off. We were just like golden. And so it just sucks. It's just annoying. And I was like kind of getting in my feelings about it this morning. It's lame. It's no fun. Pamela says, I love to see your new decks. And of course, let's pull some cards. So yeah, as I'm talking about finances and everything, you all know that I have a tarot budget. So right now my tarot budget is zeroed out because the past few months have been sort of uncertain. And last time I was talking about, we may be getting some money back. Okay. So I think I've mentioned before, there's like legal stuff going on, and so here's a hint. The situation was not technically legal, but we needed legal support to take care of the situation. And we're waiting to see how much there's money left in that retainer. And we can take one more action, or we can just like drop it for now. And that will determine like money we're getting back or whatever too. Plus there's some leftover insurance money coming back to us, things like this. Like, so there's still those unknowns that I was talking about before. Those are still in play, but that's why like a few months ago, I'm like, oh, I can back this thing on Kickstarter. I'm going to get these couple decks. Like I was still within my tarot budget, but since then I have zeroed it out because now the unknowns have gone another couple months, and I'm like, well, I need to just make that zero now. So this is just a little tarot finance mini course of remember to be responsible. It's not always easy, but remember that when the unknowns get to a place where it's just dragged out too long, you better just put the tarot budget at zero and figure out, what's going on, and then put that back in there. And truly, like literally line for line, it's just the childcare aspect. I've moved my tarot money to the childcare category. That's what literally has happened on the line. So, the line items in my budget. So, anyway, so while I do have new things to show you, like these Memento Mori expansion packs, these are from last summer. I don't know, not opened. So, just so I'm being accountable, because even though everyone needs to be responsible for themselves, I want to let you know what's going on and that I'm not just like throwing cash at decks, because I don't want you to do that. And even though I don't want to influence you, some people would say that I do have that power. So I'm not trying to be weird, but personal responsibility and a little responsibility pep talk. Anyway. Oh, I'd like to send you a happy package, but I no longer have your address. Well, I will send it to you. Did you email me at some point? I think that's right. I'll email you because I'm finally working on thank you cards from. It basically started like when Bela was born. I was going to send out like birth announcements like 6 months in, like I had done with Max, and like make it a little thank you. But now I waited so long, partially because of like the devastation that happened last year. I just couldn't bring myself to like write a thank you note because everything was just terrible. So now I like wrote this nice little message, and it's like, thank you for everything that you've ever done since Bela was born. And it's like about Max and Bela and everyone. Like it's a huge thank you for everything. And I hope it's not too tacky. But anyway, Pamela, you're getting one of those for sure. So I will look up your email and get in touch. Chris, what's this about you being weird? I'm just talking about life and money and I don't know what. I'm basically a shit show right now, and I'm working out my problems, airing my life grievances on YouTube, and we're gonna pull some cards about it and see how to get things back in shape. Jackie's here. Hello. Thanks for hanging out. So Debbie says your habit of leaving things unopened is working out. Yes, and my life happens to typically go in these like ups and downs with financial stuff, though I would really, man, like I'm coming up on 40, and I would just love if I didn't have that kind of life anymore, but maybe that just is life. I don't know. Maybe I think that just is life for like middle class people. Like we're kind of upper middle class, kind of. Like things are so just stupid right now that it doesn't really feel like that. Anyway, do you happen to know if Oracle of Oddities is the same as the Anatomy deck? So Antique Anatomy, I have two of those because I have the book, the big book. I'm laughing because one of my little financial shifts is going to be to sell a couple of decks. One is the Yoga Tarot, which I never use, and I've mentioned it before. It's like the only deck that I've thought about selling. Well, now I also have two of the Star Child because like I spent a grip on this Aqua box, and then they fucking brought it back out. It was out of print for years, right? And now you can just get it. You can get the Aquabox copy again. And it was going for like $200. And I wanted it real bad. And so now I have this regular one, or Akashic, whatever it is. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, I should sell my like extra Star Child, even though they're not exactly the same. I'd rather have the Aqua one. Sorry. So Oracle of Oddities. Chris. Okay, hold on. Compliments. So Oracle of Oddities is different. It's the same creator. It's by Claire Goodchild, but it's a different oracle. And that's one I don't have. She has so many things. I was on her Patreon. I canceled that the other day because it's like $5, but I really only got in there because that's how you get the expansion packs. You have to be a Patreon. And I was for like 6 months or something. Memento Mori. So the general expansion pack looks like this. And then general expansion pack 2 is the Folk Magic collection, and that looks like this. And that's what we're going to look at. So that's why I joined her Patreon. She does, I will say, like really awesome stuff that you can get only as a member. Like each month she'll like open the shop and like send you the code. And it's like, we're doing personalized headstone cards this month or something, which is awesome, but I didn't do that. So you could get like, family names and stuff on there. She'll do different like Sabbath cards, different zodiac cards, like things like that. So you can just keep adding to your monstrosity of Memento Mori. So I have the Tarot Antique Anatomy. This is Ephemera edition. And then I have Memento Mori, which is a Lenormand and Oracle combined, which I'm just a sucker for. And then these expansions go to this. So that's what we're going to do today, as well as like work through all the problems in the world. Then I have this other Antique Anatomy that I bought secondhand deck and guidebook. So this is, I wanted the big book for sure. And then, so this does not say Ephemera edition. I've not actually looked at the cards next to each other. It's like a video I should do. So anyway, that's that. Those are the Claire Goodchild items I have. Plus I have the like little zodiac cards, astrology cards. And I have 2 versions of that too, because I bought the original secondhand. It's out of print and I wanted it bad. So I have both of those. This is like screaming for a Kelly pouch. Do I have one? No, I don't. I do. I have little ones. We're going to open and look at those today too. But those are for my Mildred Payne. And I can't remember if I got a second one for something else. Because these like barely fit in here and it's driving me nuts. Okay. Hold on. We're getting there. So Antique Anatomy. Let's leave this out. Okay. Let's get back to Chris calling me pretty. Let's go to that. Oh, here it is. Shit show or not, you're still pretty, and that's what really matters. And these are the kinds of people I need in my life. Thank you so much. Alex. Shouting out Chris. Beautiful indeed. Don't be ridiculous. I can only imagine what you've gone through since birth of your daughter, Vela, which I've probably misspelled. Nope, you are absolutely right. You are absolutely right with it. It's just been really just insane. You delicious piece of meat. Oh, it's Friday Eve after all, and it's Chris's Friday. So, everyone feel free to turn it up a notch with the compliments, whatever you want. Oh, I finished a weekend and a half hour. Oh, yeah. See, next time maybe I'll wait longer so you're already done. Oh, I'm an old bitch now. My back has been sore this week. My neck and my upper back have been insane, but no money for a massage right now. Like, that's what I really need. Like, oh, bad. Oh, Alex is good. He will have his new place fully furnished this weekend, and I can finally go through all my decks and figure out what I can let go of and start organizing my new space. See, this is awesome. Okay, see, Alex is kind of in this phase like I am right now too, with just sort of streamlining, cleaning things up. I know from like Alex saying in chats and in messages with me, he's been like, saving up for this, saving up for that, like pieces all coming together. And that's sort of what I'm doing too, except for it's a little bit backwards. Like there's just stuff I need to get rid of, a couple decks I need to sell, things like that. The other thing is, since we're talking about all this finance stuff, with my 2 days now, I'll be able to open up more client readings. Like right now, I'll post maybe once a month, once every 2 or 3 months, depending on how busy I am. Like people in my group are always, able to message me and request a reading, and some of them do that, but a lot of them wait until I say like, "Hey, I'm doing like, you know, Venus in whatever the hell aspect readings, or I'm doing layered readings." Like right now, I have 2 client readings left that are um, putting Practical Magic Inner Witch Oracle as like the house card, and then putting Antiquities of Magic on top of it. And I have 2 of those left to do. So basically, after this round of readings is done, the next thing I offer, I'm actually going to be able to do like video readings like this now that I'll have 2 days, and like using my lunch hour to do a video reading. And that's more, I charge more for that than I do just like the paper reading. So again, there's all these little things that now can happen and like help secure the financial situation, but it's just everything's like really shifty right now, and I'm just not with it. I just don't want to deal with it. Oh, Chris, what have you been up to? Yes, brilliant, Alex. Donna's here. Hello, thanks for hanging out. I've just been doing like a real life ramble about trying to get organized, tightening up some financial stuff, and things like that. We're going to pull some cards and see what I need to do. So Chris says nothing, sitting, working long days in a computer chair. It's so rough. It really is. It really is. Was it last Thursday? Just a week ago? Yeah. So he had posted that he was getting ready to go live and like situating all these things. And then he stood up to grab something and his back went out. So, which is terrible. Like I've never had my back go fully out before. I've had my neck go out where I couldn't even like turn it a tiny bit. It's terrible. But Ryan's back goes out on occasion and it's awful. Alex says, feels good to be back in my own space, not needing a roommate or anyone else again. That's amazing. That really is. That's so great. Robin is here. Hello. That can do it when you're getting older, I know, because I am too. Yeah, it doesn't take much sometimes. Oh, Mel, is this for me? Practice being as kind to yourself as you are to others. You are such a sweet soul. Well, thank you. I try. It's just, sometimes I have to give myself a little pep talk. Debbie is going to leave for lunch and be back before you go, hopefully. I'm sure you will be because I'm in no rush today. And we know how I talk. Okay, so let's open these cards. Actually, let's look at the base deck first, okay? The backs are like the cutest. Okay. And they have that kind of worn look. Like they all have this like fade and kind of scratch in the same place. Do you know what I mean? It's like a uniform, worn out look. Yeah. So this has a Lenormand built into it. And you all know that I do that with some other decks, like they're like Antiquities of Magic, like I was talking about. I have it separated sometimes into like alternative Lenormand, like the lizard is the child, for example. So I have made my own little Lenormand as a part of that. But this deck actually has that built in. But let's just do a quick flip of this. So this again is the Memento Mori Lenormand and Oracle by Claire Goodchild of Black in the Moon. So here's Pedestal, Crossroads, Rats, Heart, Ring, Book, Lock, Knife, Urn, Offerings. So it's very, witchy, like basic, but really pretty, if that makes sense. Sign. So it says funeral, but what it actually is a sign, right? So you could take that as a sign. Doesn't necessarily have to be a funeral, but maybe you would read it like the death card in tarot. So this one is dog, which is probably difficult to see. It's just like this dog skull on this pedestal. So some of them, again, you're going to want to, obviously consider the word, the label. I don't even want to say keyword because it's just stating what it is. But then the image is not always literally what it is. So like this says tower, and we have the spinal cord here. So this is like for Chris. This is tower moment. Your back fucking went out. Terrible. Mirror. Broom. Scale. Pot. So Antique Anatomy has colorful flowers in it, and the Memento Mori Oracle has all black and white. They look really awesome together, and they're the same size. Like this Oracle is tarot size, which I love. Like I was thinking about Zane's Oracle. I can't think of what it's called right now. Choke Witch Oracle. Those cards are tarot size, right? Just love it. I don't need like bigger than this, Coins, is that what that says? Yeah. Cure. Syringe. The Mort Bell. Whip. The bats. I like it because they're like realistic and like hissy looking. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. The child. How precious is this picture? Letter. Man. Spirit board. Woman. So this deck has been around for a while, but I figure not everyone knows about it. Lilies. This is interesting, like it growing from the lungs. Sun. Also very interesting. The moon. So white flowers with the sun, black with the moon. Yeah. Key. Fish. The anchor. Cross. Poison. Grave. Memento Mori. Title card, or title of the deck. Raven. Poppet. I also love this because it's like a full deck. It's not like 44 cards or something, Stars. I don't mind decks like that, but I like, having a full oracle that is tarot sized. And by full, I mean, I don't know, however many cards this is. Working with a full deck, yeah? Bear. Fox. Obelisk. Plague Doctor. Watch. Scissors. Ladder. Oh, cat, like the dog, but this, again, is just the skull. Tessiography, which I've looked this up before, but I don't know what it means offhand. Chiromancy, which to me looks like palmistry, but some of the words are like fancy and like extra. I don't know, bunch of Latin on it. The crystal ball. This is cool. Teapot. Medical kit. The sextant. The viewing table. So we get like this creepy vibe going on as well to go with, Antique Anatomy, all this kind of like historical medical stuff. Glove. Pillar. Oh, Garfield, I'm sorry. Maybe he wanted to say hi. I just knocked him off there. This is from when I was little. His little Jeep, he's like sitting down. His little Jeep is upstairs in the playroom. But he was packed up like at my grandma's house. Well, no, he was out at my grandma's house, like sitting on her light of her writing desk. And we still had the Jeep, like the toy part of it. So anyway, when I brought stuff back from my grandma's house when she passed away, before she passed away actually, um, when she moved into like nursing home, this little Garfield has been sitting on my tarot table. Harp, the cemetery, gallows, smoke. Oh, the snake. I forget about this one. I haven't had this one out in a while. That's a great snake, yeah. Looks like a treble clef a little bit. Casket. It's like this. The wreath. Scythe. A tear catcher. That's extra magic. Door. I'm like way back on comments, so let me take a little break. Oh, I see Sandra. I had chat scrolled way up. Okay. Oh, Robin, yes. September 8th. And then did someone else say that their birthday is tomorrow as well? Alex says happy birthday. There's Sandra. Hello, thank you for being here. Oh, Mel's birthday. That's amazing. Woke up with a stiff neck the other morning. Icing it the first day helps it heal way faster. Yes, it sure does. And I just was not able to do that because my children are wild. If I did have the ice out the other day when I was holding Bela for a nap. She just like would not calm down and go to sleep. But I was able to do it a little bit the other day. But she will just, she wants the ice. Like she wants the ice pack. People, I can hear people saying, how can you not control a 1-year-old? But as I said, my children are wild. They do what they want. And she just screams in my face. Ryan and I had a conversation the other day that ended up like I got a little salty toward the end of it because I was like, no, I am right. I spend the most time with like as their babies, like spent the most time with Max. Obviously, Ryan was working 7/12s a lot when Max was little. And now, like with both kids home with me, blah, blah, blah. He tried to say the other day, he's like, I think it's something about like your tolerance or your patience or something. He was saying this very lightheartedly, but I was super tired mom mode. And I was like, zip your little lip. So anyway, something about how when Max was this age, he thinks I was more like tolerant of like letting him do stuff. I was like, listen, no. There was a time where I thought Bela was a little bit behind the wild factor and that Max was like king of the wild things, as he is named, right? For where the wild things are. No, let me correct that because Bela has definitely surpassed him in age for age. Like Max at this age listened way better than she does. She will look me straight in the eye while she's doing whatever that she's not supposed to do. Just like, oh, don't drop this, like staring me down. On the contrary, she heard Ryan come in through the garage door the other day while she was in a drawer that she's not supposed to be in, like fucking around with DVDs. And I'm working on the couch. I'm like, Bela, put that down. You know, I can't get up right at the minute. I'm trying to like not lose my place, trying to load stuff on the website, all this. Bela, put that down. No, no. And she goes, no, 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 no. And just dances around. Okay. Does not care what I say. She hears Ryan open the door and she puts the DVD, goes like this. Literally starts playing with her hair, looking around. Ryan walks out and then she's like tapping her shoulder, looking around. Do you believe this? She was in the drawer a solid 5 minutes, just staring at me, telling me no, no. And then she hears him come in the garage and drops it, shoves the drawer shut, and starts fucking tapping her shoulder. Oh, I got something not even in the drawer. She does not care what I say. Okay. So this is what's up. So then Ryan makes his comment like hours later. I feel like, okay, no, I'm shutting this down. I was like, excuse me. When I would tell Max, no, thank you, when he would go try to touch the entertainment center, he would just go away and get a car. I'm like, I think I had to tell him like maybe 5 times. And even then, he wasn't touching it. I think he actually touched it like once. Okay. And then I'd be like, oh, bring me your car, redirect. And he would just do that. I was like, no, please do not even start with me. 2 months ago, Vela would go behind the TV and I'm like typing away again, working. I'm like, Vela, where are you? She's just silent. I get up and I can see her between like the TV and the speaker. She doesn't think I can see her. And I'm like, Vela, come out. And she's just shaking her head. Again, she doesn't think I can see her. I go walk over there and I was like, hey, little miss, come on out of there. And she peeks around me and is like, Ma? Like she's ignoring me like I'm the ma, right? Looks that's what she was doing a couple of months ago. Now she just says no 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 to me and just stays there. It's real cute. So anyway, I won that discussion, but then I was like all emotional and like feeling bad. I'm like, I tolerate a lot. Okay. Anyway, that's my story. That's my story. Star seeds and soul fractals. Hello. Alvia. Everyone put in a piggy face. Okay. Thank you for hanging out with us. So anyway, yes, she is a little Dickens. She does whatever she wants. Other people that are like hanging out with her are like, oh, she's so chill. She just meanders around. That's what my sister-in-law said the other day. We watched my youngest niece on Saturday, and then my brother and sister-in-law took our two on Sunday so we could have a day date. Listen, I go pick her up, them up, Max is getting his stuff around. And my sister-in-law's like, oh, it was so fun. She's so great. She just meanders around looking at toys. I'm like, oh, is that what she does? Because here she climbs the dining room table, throws everything off, which is just usually her diaper bag. But now I've started putting it away in the closet because like I don't need her climbing the table or anything or everything. No, constantly getting into the cupboards. Like we have locks on almost everything, but there's a couple things that don't have a lock. We've like bungee corded our closet that's over by the garage door because she doesn't care. Anyway, that's my story about kids. Amputation. This is where we left off. I have people messaging me about work stuff, but don't care. Horseshoe. We're almost done with this, and then we'll open the expansions. Clover, wheel, crown, candle, salt, cup, perfume. Oh, I think someone asked about the name. This is the Memento Mori, Lenormand and Oracle. And this is by Claire Goodchild of Black and the Moon. Lantern, hourglass, shovel, charm. Isn't that cute? Yes, it is. Embalming fluid, back to the creepy factor, globe, and rope. Okay, so that's the base deck. I mean, I'm rambly anyway. Let's just see what they want. Okay. You can just do everything with me today, friends. Just stay with me. Help me work through the issues. Okay. Anyway, just drama, just work drama. I don't really have to do anything. Thanks for your patience. Hello, AAC. Thank you for hanging out with us. Okay, so let's look at the first expansion pack. So Robin and Mel, who have birthdays tomorrow, do you have um, plans or rituals or anything cool that you are doing to celebrate on a beautiful September 8th? Hmm. Boop. So yeah, my finance talk earlier, this can also be a reminder to like go through your email and like in your search box you can put like subscription and make sure that you're not still subscribed to anything that you don't need or use anymore or want to keep happening. Um, Again, it's kind of like little, I mean, most of the things that I was subscribed to were not huge expenses, but it's just good to check some things. I'm just going to project my current problem solving stuff onto you in case you need the reminder. Trash pile. Look, I actually have a bag instead of just throwing it in a pile because I'm trying to get somewhat organized in here. I do like the Shining Tarot Tubers at Home. Is that what it's called? I have done a room tour before, so you can try to find that. I don't know if it says in the title or if we just did it randomly one day, but I can't do it right now. It's crazy. I can't even walk around this room. But on my little break days, I will fix it up in here and we can do that again. Yeah, is that fun? Is it fun? Okay, so there's one, the general expansion pack. Oh, general expansion pack 2, and then here's the general. Let's do that. Robin says, I'm excitedly spending my pre-birthday lunch this afternoon teaching tarot to a friend. I think maybe the best way to learn tarot is to try to teach it to another. That, yes, I was just talking to Max about this yesterday, that he likes to tell us things that we already know, but as though he's teaching us. Does that make sense? So, like, sort of pretend imaginative play, but I mean, not really. It's more, it's just a recap. It's a way for him to say, but it is a little bit pretend because he's like, oh, let me explain this to you. And then that's like a way for him to like recap and remember things. And to sort of articulate. And so I think that's the same like that, adults do. There were definitely, I learned a ton when I was teaching dance. It's like a review plus, right? You get all these other things, all these other benefits. Got to get out of here to go get ready for the $1 million inventory count I have to do tomorrow. Dang. I'll watch this back when I get home so I can watch without buffering. Love you too. Thank you so much for hanging out. Good luck. Oh, Alex is behind because of the service. Good luck with all of your stuff, Alex. Finishing touches on the new place and everything. Congratulations again. And we'll see you soon. Okay, so now I've opened both of these. It's hard to tell. So let's look at the general expansion. So if you've come in since I was rambling earlier, these expansion packs are available if you become a Patreon of Claire Goodchild at Black and the Moon. And I was a Patreon for maybe like 6 or 8 months. And then I just recently discontinued that because I'm trying to just tighten some things up. I mean, it was $5 a month, but we're just kind of redoing the budget and everything like that. So trying to get organized. And she does offer really amazing stuff, but I just don't need to be in it right now. So this does have a little booklet with it, a little paper fold out. So here's the first one, Ghost. Now I don't think the regular Oracle deck had a book, but this one does, so that's interesting. But I want to say, I know I've looked up that one card I mentioned, that I looked it up before. Oh, the backs are the same. So I want to make sure. Oh, this is why I'm doing this flip through right now, so that I'll know if I ever want to take them back apart. Okay. Though it's not in the title, I'll have to make a note. So this is the general expansion pack. I don't know if I just started saying something and then I went off on a tangent. Ghost, Angel, Black Ink, Hand of Glory, Corpse, Crow's Foot, the Mourning Brooch, Casket Screw, Boot, Deer, Moth. This does, well, not this because I've never used it before, but these decks, I should say, play very well with my Secret Pocket Oracle. Spinning Wheel, Frog, Witch, Thistle, Pins, Scorpion, Mandrake Root, Sacred Stone, Witch Bottle, Cage, Torch, Executioner, the Mining Pick, Newspaper, the Hare, Imp, look how cute, Trunk, Painting. This reminds me a little bit of like Alex Gray, like artwork for Tool. And then At Rest, which is the box cover for this. So that's general expansion, just general expansion pack. And I'm going to go ahead and put it with the other deck. But I have this video if I want to separate them for some reason. Then, oh, sorry, Carnelian. Dang. Too much stuff on my desk, on my table, I guess. Robin says, it's really weird because I thought I knew tarot so well, but every time I sit down with my friend to look at cards, I see new things in the cards I hadn't noticed before. Tarot, a constant revelation. I would agree with that. When I was doing in-person readings, especially, all of this other stuff would come out than what I would just even say to myself in a reading that I was doing on my own. Donna's asking, what deck are you using to teach them? Using classic RWS, I think that's an important common ground place to start. Very wise. The other day we looked at the Four of Swords and somehow I'd never noticed the shadow under the coffin lid. See what's happening? Oh, tarot play date. Right, when you get all the people together. When I was, I could hardly ever make it to that, but when I was doing archetypes and at whatever point we started pulling cards to, like from tarot and oracle to go with it, that when we were all talking about those cards would always bring stuff to light that I, hadn't thought about or something. Okay, so At Rest. This one's gonna go, I'll just put this back in here. And then let's take a look at General Expansion Pack 2. And then we'll pull some cards and see what they say about, when I first got on here today, I was talking about what do I was talking about, I know a few little things that I need to do to help kind of, I don't even know how to say it. The financial situation over here is not like dire or anything, but I'm just in this phase where I'm trying to shift some things around, cut out, some extras, things like that. And I just don't want to do it. Like there's a couple things I need to sell out of the kids' playroom, like Vela's Pack and Play. She's never even used that. That's what Max slept in all the time. until he got like a big kid bed. For her, we have a crib. So there's just this extra stuff. And I kept the pack and play because I was like, well, if my nieces come over for like a sleepover or something and they're still at that age, but now I have so many extra things. Like I have a little like fold out mattress that's in Vela's room, and my nieces are now old enough to sleep on that for like safety issues and stuff. They don't need to be like on a pack and play mattress. Just all these little things, right? And it's just sitting up there and I need to put it on Marketplace and sell it, little bit of money and getting something out of the house. And there's like 20 things that are like that probably. You know what I mean? And so it's all these little projects that I just don't want to do. This is it. This is it. And that reminds me earlier, Maria was talking about executive function being tied to and like procrastination not being actual laziness, but like stemming from trauma, which it's like, you know, everywhere right now, like trauma talk, which is because it's becoming like okay to talk about. But I do also feel at some point where it's just like we're being inundated with it and we're like, oh, is this traumatic? Is this trauma response? I actually studied trauma in literature probably about 10 years ago, 8 or 10 years ago for my master's degree. So I'm not at all dismissing anything, but it's just like that's a whole other thing to think about. Then I'm like, is this that? Or, a lot of my thing is right now, it's hard to tell because I'm just now getting to the point with my kids where I get a little time to myself. And so I have to organize all my thoughts and choose somewhere to start where I can do these extra things, right? So that's part of it. But I do think for me, I do think it's, trauma response on a certain level. And that's another thing that we're going to start doing on this channel. Today is just a total ramble, but I think I'm going to start like a shadow walk and get pretty personal and just tell you some things and work through them, pull some cards and go through it. And if you have anything that you want to share, like we can do that as well. You don't have to, but I think I'm going to do that. Mel, you can absolutely shuffle and pull cards. If any of you in chat would like something, if you want me to pull cards, because we're going to shift into that as soon as I show these little, the second expansion. If you have an issue that you want some cards on, I'm not going to spend a ton of time talking about myself. We're just going to like see what's going on. Okay. We're just hanging out. It's Casual Thursday. Welcome to the chaos of my life. Daughter called back now. Welcome back. Hello, Tom. Thank you for being here and hanging out with us today. Robin's taking a shower break. Mel says my life is boring. I find that these types of little projects, when completed, are the greatest shift of energy. Yes, and I want that. And I just need to like put on some music and fucking get it done, right? Nervous systems are weird. Truly, like I just got chills from that. Yep, they sure are. Hello, Dee. Thanks for hanging out with us. Okay, so really quick, the second expansion pack. I'm showing this so that if ever again, I want you to see them, but I'm just kind of making a point in the video right now so that if I want to pull them back apart for some reason, I can. Mortar and pestle, chess piece, stang, which is this crazy looking thing, witch ball, wishbone, coffin nails. And let me know, do you think we should use this deck to sort through my, like, get my ass in gear situation or something else? Rolling pin, hagstone, vote. Voting is open. Daisy wheel. I love this. Daisies are my fave. Spider, clothespin, apron, a spell, bone house, and there's some Mors Vincit Omnia, some Latin on it. So I would need to look that up because I don't know what that's all about. Weather Vane. Like most of these I could read intuitively, but I have no idea what that. Knitting Needles. Beautiful. Boar. Runes. Owl. Door Knocker. Cow. This is gigantic. Wait until I show you. Shell. Feather. This is nice. Offerings was one of them, and now it's kind of breaking those apart into individual things. Pail. Nest. Let's take a sip. I have my water in here because coffee happened way earlier, obviously. Snail. Nettle. Pipe. Drum. And Labyrinth. Okay, this is crazy. So General Expansion Pack 2, let me slide this little booklet. So the smaller ones came with booklets. Memento Mori does not, unless I already took it out, like over with the art card and stuff. But I know I've looked something up before, so maybe it's online if there's not a physical book. Can't quite remember. But anyway, here's the whole Memento Mori with the 2 expansions. Now I can't remember. There might even be more expansions. I think there's like an Ancestors one or something, but I don't know for certain. She offers so many things. You'll have to go check it out if you're interested. And again, if you want these expansion packs, currently as of September 7th, 2023, you need to be a Patreon member in order to purchase those. So just some information for you. So, oh, I'm glad, like the shadow walking thing. I think that's good because a lot of times I think we hear about shadow work and some people are like, what does it really mean? You know, and I think I don't want to say teach. I think I could share some about that. Anyway, yeah, so I think I will try to keep it. I don't think I'm going to get any more expansions if there are others for this, but I do think I will have these 3 oracles mixed together all the time. So the regular Lenormand Oracle, Folk Magic, and then the General. So I think I will. This is manageable for me. Yeah. And then like I would split it up and riffle them too. It's a nice smooth cardstock. So yeah, should I use this deck? Do we think? So I would do like mini sections of riffling. Vela thinks it's hilarious when I riffle, by the way. She loves it. Yeah, it's just so great. The deck, it feels really great. The vibe is really good. It's like kind of creepy, but kind of pretty cute, whatever, which again is similar to Mildred Payne's Secret Pocket Oracle, which is my favorite thing. But I have, every time I think about the tarot and oracle, like the Antique Anatomy, I think, you know, like those could be really staple decks for me. And I do use these, I'd say probably once a month, once every 2 months. But as you also know, I have a lot of decks. But I do envision this becoming more of like a workhorse deck. I could see myself like getting really into this as a more regular thing. You know? Okay, yes, it is chunky. Let's do a couple more ripples and we'll just pull some out. Maybe I'll mix this. Maybe we'll do a layered reading of something like really cutesy. Like I have my kawaii, like old school kawaii, not the one that came out last year. We could pull some from that and like match them up. See what happens. And basically my question for myself is going to be kind of like, where do I start or how do I get motivated? I mean, it might just be necessity that motivates me. But I think where to start would be helpful too, because I have so many of these little side projects. Debbie, you're back, and we're just about to draw cards for my motivation, basically. Where do I start with these projects that are going to help sort of like lock in and clean up my finances? I need to like organize. I need to like pull a bunch of stuff and organize my finances. That's like the visual in my head, right? We've talked a little bit about I have a couple duplicate decks I'm ready to sell off, or like the Yoga Tarot, which I just don't feel like should be with me. It's so strange. I've never sold a deck, not one in my life. I've passed on a couple duplicates that I've had. I have never gotten rid of a deck, except for like Titania's fortune cards, which were just, as Simon would say, the card stock was shocking and I couldn't deal with it and I gave it to Max. Okay. I have, I don't know how many because the inventory hasn't been updated since before Vela was born. Remember that? I was like recording. If you shuffle a chunky deck, does it count as a truffle shuffle? Yes. It's amazing. So I have some things to sell. I'm just kind of talking again and getting this into the cards. I have a couple things to sell. I have a couple things to donate and update my tax write-offs. I have a couple things to take to consignment. There's a buyout on Saturday at this place that I go. That involves like cleaning out my closet, which I've been working on. Cleaning out the playroom a little bit of like older baby stuff that we're not using, like the pack and play. Like I just need to move some things out. And where do I start or focus? And then there's also the issue I talked a little bit earlier about like the vehicle. Like I might sell what I have right now. It's like a medium SUV. I could go to like a smaller SUV. We don't really use I mean, it's nice to have the space, but it has a third row of seating and we really don't use it. I've never had other little kids in the back. I thought like, oh, I'll go pick up my nieces and nephews. We'll go do fun things. But it's like, that never happens. They come over here and hang out and we go over there and hang out. I have yet to like use that extra space. And just the rough draft of things that we were talking about today, me and Ryan, he's like, you might be able to get a loan on a smaller one that's going to it'll save you like $190 a month. And right now, like that's huge to go toward childcare. So I'm like, yeah, let's do that. So it's just all these things. It's shifting and bringing things down again because of the unexpected situation that we were in last year. So it's just time to clean up the physical space, move some things out, like you all were talking about, making that energy shift, literally getting things out of the house, and the the hits you get from completing those tasks, right? So it's just all connected, and I would like to know where to start and what to focus on with that. I don't want them in order. I want 1, 2, 3. Okay, so these are amazing already. Alvia says, I once had close to 200, now something like 40 to 50. Now, let me say, I'm not going on a big declutter. It's fine for people that do. I want to big declutter everything else in my ink. I think you've only seen it once before. I forget it's there sometimes when I'm on screen and then I see it and I'm like, oh yeah, hey. I mean, I see it all the time in real life because it's right there. But anyway, Chris wrote this. Did you know? It says anacrusis. It's my favorite word. Here it is. So anyway, it just surprises me when I see it on screen. So I'm not doing a big deck declutter. But again, it's fine if you are. But there are just a couple things, and this is part of my problem. It's like I have a couple decks, I have a couple baby things, I have clothes. It's like it's just it's just a lot. Okay. Back now in squeaky clean. Virgo season and post Venus retrograde, ready to just let go of some things. Okay. Oh, Debbie says I just took a bunch of my Vera Bradley stuff to a consignment store. Never done it before. See, it's just, it's just time. Alvia selling, Sandra selling. Yeah, I just have again, I just keep saying cleaning up. And that's what I want to do. Just, oh, there's a couple duplicates. I want to get those out of there. My big declutter again is going to be all the stuff upstairs. Just, it's time. So we have, oh, I already forgot what the cards were. I just got excited again because Daisy Wheel came up, which I said daisies are my favorite. So I asked the cards, where do I focus? How do I focus on this? Where to start? The first one is shovel. And this will be good because you can help me figure out, I need a shovel to clean out my closet upstairs. I just need to shovel it all away. So this is really giving me vibes of I just need a big stretch of time in there. Right now, what I do is twice a week when Max starts his meditation, because I usually do it with him. But now twice a week, probably for the past month, he will start that by himself and just kind of decompress by himself. And then I go in across the hall to my master closet and I sort through a half a tote or one tote of my old clothes. Some of them go into a donate pile and get my little text write-off list is in there so I can keep track of it as I go. And then the other one goes to this consignment place that's doing a buyout this Saturday. So it's that is in progress, but this is telling me I just need to turn up the heat on that. And these days, even after this buyout that happens this weekend, because it won't be everything. I won't be able to take everything I have. Now that I have these 2 days a week with the kids out of the house, and I mentioned last time I'm going to be taking some of those days off of work just totally. Today, I really only need to do a half day, but this just says I need to amp it up and just get it done. Angel. This is a nice support to help me through. It says, may they rest in peace. I have a lot of my grandma's stuff up in that closet. And so I'm thinking about her a lot when I'm in there. And maybe this is part of the support. She was like me, keeping every little thing. And so maybe this is equal parts support for the things I want to keep and the encouragement of hey, it's okay to get rid of some of this. Please let me know what you think. This is an open forum. And if you all, again, I know I've been on over an hour now, but if you all have questions, if you want us to pull some from this giant memento mori for your current issues, let us know. And the daisy wheel. So I don't know what that typically means. I'm going to look it up. But this, to me, I said that's my favorite when we were going through. So some of these things are my favorite. And those are not things I'm getting rid of. So I don't need to worry about that. I don't need to let that anxiety about getting rid of things hold me back. And I haven't been, because with my clothing, I feel like some people feel about decks where they're oh my God, this is too much. What have I done? I need to get rid of everything that's not my number 1 through 5. I understand that feeling because that's how I feel about my clothes. Okay. I splurged a little bit when Ryan and I had our day date on Sunday, and I bought 2 pair of Lucky Brand jeans. They're my favorite. I haven't had any in probably 12 or 15 years. I'm about to turn 40 on the 24th of this month. And I was I want my favorite jeans if they still look good on me. So I went to the store and tried them on, and they're kind of expensive, but they were buy one, get one half. So I was yes, getting 2 pair. This will be my motivation to get rid of all of the stuff in my closet that I don't wear. I'm just shifting. Since I had Max, I've been wearing baggy stuff. This is kind of more fitted, but just wearing leggings all the time and wearing baggy clothes, and it's a little bit of, like, body dysmorphia, but I don't have any, like, negative, like, fallout from that. So that's why I hesitate to say, because I don't know if that's really the same. But I think, like, I'm a certain size, and then I keep clothes to fit that, but I'm not really, because 'cause I've been putting on, like, mediums, like, when I'm going through the closet, and I'm like, "Does this even fit?" And I put it on, and it totally does. So I'm like, "Why I'm keeping all this other stuff, it's, like, way too big." And so part of it was figuring that out, and now I can let that all go, because 'cause I'm like, "I don't even like these things." And as I've been going through, I'm finding stuff that I haven't even worn yet, and I'm like, "Oh, this Constellation hoodie that I was so in love with and I didn't know where it was. I've never worn it before. It's buried under all this other stupid shit." But I digress. Daisy wheel, know what's your favorite and know what's not, and just say goodbye. Okay, let me see what you're all saying. Um, I had a comment about how many decks I have, and I think it's made me a bit paranoid. Oh my gosh. See, this is the other thing. If you are in this chat right now and you have 0 decks, that is awesome. If you are in here and you have 783 decks, that is awesome. Whatever is your jam is your jam. I will always have what's, in my opinion, a healthy library of decks. I want that choice. Okay. In terms of clothing, I kind of want to be like a cartoon character. Not really. I don't want one outfit. I would love to like make like a capsule wardrobe. Okay. So again, if you have that vision for your tarot collection, that's cool. I get that vibe. I don't want it for my decks. I do want it for everything else. So anyway, don't let them hate on you, even if it wasn't like a negative comment, even if it was just neutral. Don't be paranoid. It's what you want. Jackie says, I need to sell some too. Debbie says, dig things out. For real, I've been finding so many treasures. And I'm like, this is great. I want to walk in here and everything that's hanging up, I'm like, oh, I love that. Right now, everything that's hanging up in my actual closet, I'm like, that's gross. I don't even want that. You guys, what in the world? And the stuff I wear is just folded up in the laundry room on shelves. It never even leaves the laundry room. I take care of everyone else's clothes and I fold mine and like throw them up on the shelf. That's where I get dressed. Like, what in the world? Start, continue digging. I dig that you're digging in. Angel spirit guides, if that's your thing, it is my thing. Everything is my thing. Angels, aliens, guides, parallel timelines, pre-birth planning, all the things are my thing. She may be trying to let you know it's okay to let go of stuff, otherwise someone else will have to someday. Just did this at my parents' house. Yes, and it's like most of the things I've kept, like we have some stuff in the basement that's packed away, but that's mostly because of our cat. She's wild, just like my kids, and so there's a lot of stuff like from my house when I lived alone that is not out because Fiona would break it, like picture frames, candles, like all that kind of thing. It Everything I want to see is in here. There's other things I want to see, but they're packed away in the basement because this is just a little room off of like our entrance to our house. So it's like I have more than I can enjoy in that way because it has to be like locked away from her. And most of the other stuff in the basement is books, which we also can't have out because she'll tear those up. Someday we're going to get like cabinets, like with the doors closing, so that we can have that set up downstairs because the basement is nice and finished. And so we'll have like cabinets down there, clothes, books can be in there. That'll be all great. So most of the stuff in my house isn't like too crazy, like someone's going to have to take care of it someday type of thing. But I do have an insane amount of clothing that's just hanging there. Like, what in the world? I could get it down to like 20, 30 pieces. And I could even make another little sacred space upstairs and do some things like, cards in the closet. Should we do that? Since cards in the car never got off the ground, I started working from home. The bigger picture. Yes. Okay. So let's look and see what Daisy Wheel says. And then if any of you have a question that you want Memento Mori Oracle or any other deck that you could probably possibly imagine, let me know. We can work through it and see what's going on. Daisy Wheel. This is not it. I thought it was that one, but maybe it was near the end of the first expansion. They're not in order. I mean, alphabetical order. There's some on the back. Daisy Wheel, where are you? Okay, maybe I just can't see. 11 of you still here hanging out. Thank you. Bless your little souls. Oh, Daisy Wheel. Okay. Witch Marks, Secret Home Protection. I have been wanting either to create or have my friend create, which she doesn't even do this. She's like an acquaintance that I know on Facebook. We went to school together. She was a little younger than me. I recently bought some like dandelion salve and rose water from her. Anyway, I had this vision of her like making me a protection thing. So this is weird. Secret home protection, hidden knowledge, passed from generation to generation, sacred geometry. You guys, up in my closet, I mean, next to all the clothes that I'm trying to get rid of are some of my grandmother's things, like a cork board with all her necklaces hanging on it, like things I'm not getting rid of, literally things passed from generation. And they're kind of in 3 spots. It's her 3 like bags of items or the board. There's like a bag and a board. It's like a triangle up in the closet. Is that my home protection? Maybe I just need to like invoke it. Because I keep thinking about that. Because of everything that happened last year, my house, my home, my family, like I really want to put some protection thing out in the open. Do you hear me, universe? Banish. Out of here. Okay. Oh, Witchcraft 101. You just hold a card up in the air and say banish. Okay. Childcare in my day was family, friends, and neighbors. I really feel bad for parents today. Childcare is outrageously expensive. Like, honestly, it is. And I have family all around here, but they don't, like on the weekends and stuff, like I was talking about, like we traded kids so we could each go do stuff. But it's like during the day, like they all work. Like the moms all work now, like not to be stereotypical, but it's like that's what's going on. My mom is close by. She came here yesterday and watched Vela for like 4 hours while Max was at school, and I got caught up on work. But she can't commit to doing that super regularly. She's probably here about once a week, but she can't be like the person, And so it's crazy. It's crazy. And I'm just trying to afford 2 days a week. 2 days a week is $150 a week. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to make happen. Do I have mini Divi decks? I do not. I don't know what that means, but the word mini really excites me. Amazing. All right. Anyone else have questions or stuff they want me to pull? Or should we do, coming up on an hour and a half, should we do today's Thursday, so I'm at weekend. I might just do some work and then have lunch. Anyway, I'm just talking about the rest of my day. I leave around, I don't have to stop at the bank today. So I leave around 2:30 to go get Vela, and then we get Max off the bus. So exciting. Anyway, I'm just talking through the rest of my afternoon. Let's pull some, do you want 3 cards for the collective? Is that what we want to do? Yeah, Dee says, I do love a mini deck. So great. Oh, Robin, yes. Okay, a quick birthday card, just about to run out the door to lunch. Okay, perfect. Let's do that. I would love it. And I think next time that I'm on, which now I don't know if it's going to be Mondays and Thursdays anymore because we're going to check out the new sitter tomorrow and I don't know which 2 days are available. I told her I could do whatever. So the next time I'm on, which will be next week, we'll do more stuff with cards. But thank you for chatting with me and helping me through stuff today. Okay, quick, he said. Feels like up here. Ooh, it flipped right out. Robin's birthday card is the ring. Look at that. Beautiful. So I would say commitment, abundance, promise. I love that there's a hand reaching to it, right? It's like kind of like reach out and get this this blessing is what it feels like, right? The ring, like in Lenormand, is what I'm thinking about, and that's, you know, comes from that base deck. Oh, but it's not going to be in here. So anyway, this like connection and dedication and growth, I would say. A promise and connection is what it really feels like to me. That's a beautiful birthday card. I used to wear a birthday crown that looked like this. It was just like that, you know, that little like twine with like sparklies on it that would have like little stars or something like sticking out. It'd be like different colors. Like I had like a magenta and a white one that had like stars and little sparklies like sticking out of it. And then I would do like a bunch of curling ribbon on the back and wear it to school because I was extra like that. I mean, like even in high school. Anyway, I love that. I love that it seems to be celebrating another cycle of growth. Yes, absolutely. It looks awesome. So yeah, that's a beautiful birthday card. I hope you have a great time today. Let's pull. Oh, Robin says, I also love that it looks sort of like a hand mirror to look through into the void. It really does. Yeah, that's awesome. A little bit like, I don't know if the cover photo worked for this video because it was showing me something else, but I chose the Two of Wands from Lily Black. And I don't know if that's what actually showed up or not. Let me see. Oh, I have like 3 or 4 more people. I can't see because I'm on. Like it's just my face. Okay. Anyway, that Two of Wands is like a circle resting between the 2 wands and like looking through. So it looked very much like that. I don't know if Mel ended up drawing me cards. I'm going to pull Mel a birthday card here too. That's a good idea. And then we can do collective if you'd like. And then I'm going to go eat lunch and probably sit on the couch while I do that and just chill out because I do also want to enjoy my free time. But what I'll do, you all can help me be accountable. What I will do is I'm going to make a list of the order of things I'm going to do detailed. And then I will just start with number 1 on whatever day Vela goes to the sitter next week. The first day that she goes, I'll take that day off work and I will just start on my list. I do, Mel. I have some sitting around on my desk. Most of them, I used to have some in my room as well, but most of them nowadays are in here, staying in this room. But yeah, I have a fair amount. We should do like crystal walk someday too. We'll do that after Shadow Walk Day when I've thoroughly depressed you all with shadow stories. But it's okay. I'm resilient. But I don't really need any more trials and tribulations to prove that. Universe, thank you very much. I've about been through like the worst I could imagine, actually. So about enough of that. I have had enough. Hey, Red Wing. Thank you for hanging out. I'm going to draw Mel a birthday card, and then her birthday's tomorrow. And then I'll do a few cards for the collective, and then I'm going to run. But thank you so much for hanging out. Mel gets the cure. Look at that. I have no idea what that Roman numeral is. LXV. No idea. Not even going to pretend. I just don't. L. No clue. If that's like 100 and something, don't even know. Look at that. Cure. A healing, remedied year ahead for our Mel. And then I just pointed out the, I didn't look at Robin's number. I'm not going to look. There's so many cards. But just for the numerology, if you want that. So let's see here. Three cards for the collective, and then we will take off. And I will try to schedule a little bit more ahead next time. But again, thank you all so much for hanging out. 13 of you here is amazing for a last minute Thursday. Okay, so we have for the collective, casket, runes, and bear. So this is just for, I don't know, going into the weekend, we'll call it, right? Next couple days kind of energy. So the casket, honoring something and putting it to rest, right? Honor, adorn, and put away, like time to move on from something. Go ahead and take that step. And then we have runes. So I would say, as most of you are diviners in here, get out your runes or your charms or your cards and ask for some guidance. Follow your whatever your divination is right now. Get some guidance that way. And then bear. So I am going to read this like in the Lenormand sense, Lenormand plus, whatever. Protection, being open to possibly hearing some advice from someone who may want to protect you, who may want to guide you, someone who may be an authority figure to you, or you to them, right? Keep your protection up a little bit. Think about any little steps you take. Nothing like overly cautious, but just keep your like your fortitude. It feels like this, standing in your convictions, protecting what's yours. So being done with something, use your personal, whatever is on your table right now for some guidance, and trust that moving forward into this kind of bear energy for, again, guidance, being open to advice and bringing protection into play, either you protecting someone or yourself, right? Or allowing someone else to bring that protection to you, right? That's our little recap. So, our Janie is here. For those of you, well, you were here, so you should go watch Jane's video. Her live she just did was about destigmatizing hypnosis. right? So do go check that out. And I will see you all next week sometime. Again, I don't know which days to tell you because we're switching up the babysitter. Nothing was wrong, just for those of you coming in now. But I was waitlisted at one place and I heard back, and I think we're going to make that jump. So I don't know the days yet. I will find out tomorrow what the new 2 days a week will be, and I will be on sometime to hang out with you all, and we will get more into cards again next time. So yeah, thank you all so much. Oh, Jane says, I changed the name to Overcoming the Fear of Hypnosis. Perfect. That can be our afternoon treat. And don't forget, our Chris is on Elemental Cartomancy at 4 p.m. Eastern today. I think he's planning on being there. So like and subscribe if you haven't already, obviously. And I will probably see you there. Thanks for hanging out, and I will see you next week.